One of the biggest problems in entrepreneurship is the lack of clarity, especially if you're starting out. You always are thinking, oh, I don't know what happens then, and I don't know what to do then. You create these non-existent fears in your brain and end up doing nothing. The only thing that really matters when building a business is the action that you take. What if I told you that there is a way in business and in everything in life to ensure that you will get where you want to get without having full clarity on how you're gonna get there? What if, let's say, you wanna build a business that makes $100,000 a month? There is a way to guarantee that you get there even if you don't know how to do it. It's not just an exercise of imagination, it actually exists. And in this video I'm going to show you how to do it. Understanding this concept and applying it to your life will change everything for you. So a feedback loop is obviously a loop, and it starts by you doing something, and you have to take action for the feedback loop to start. That is the most important thing. You take action, and from that action you get some kind of a result. It might be in business. Let's say you launch a cold email campaign and something comes out of it. So what you do is you measure those results. For example, when talking about cold email, the results are measured automatically. You get the reply rates, you get the open rates, you get the book a call rates, and then you analyze the results. What went well? What went wrong? What worked? What didn't work? And based on that, you make corrections and you repeat and you do something again. As long as you have just analyzed everything correctly and you have made the right corrections, the next time when you do something, things are gonna be better. Let's say you launch a cold email campaign and you get a low open rate and you get a low reply rate. And you're like, fuck, so I'm gonna change this one thing so it doesn't happen again. Then you launch a new cold email campaign and you get a high reply rate because you made the correction. And then you do it again and again, again. You see what works, what doesn't work. Super simple, right? But it goes really deep. If you, for example, take the basic key major functions of any business. If you run a B2B lead generation agency, if you run an agency, if you run an e-commerce store, you first have a niche. You are selling something to someone. Then you have something that you're selling, so you have an offer. You're selling that offer through a funnel. Then you're generating leads through that funnel. You're converting those leads through sales. You're doing fulfillment to actually fulfill on your promise. And these are pretty much the major key functions of business. You could break this down into smaller bits. There's obviously multiple things that go into a niche and an offer and a funnel, etc. You could break this into 100 different pieces or 1,000 different pieces, but just for the sake of simplicity, we'll keep this at the main 7 big categories. This alone is a feedback loop. You go through this loop, you pick a niche, you sell something to that niche through a funnel, you do lead generation, you sell those leads, you do fulfillment, and you start scaling, and that pretty much completes a feedback loop. Everything that happens here in the beginning of the feedback loop affects everything here. For example, if you have a bad niche, it doesn't matter how good your offer is, it doesn't matter how good your funnel is, it doesn't matter how good your lead gen is, any of these things don't matter because everything is offset by the first thing in the process. Or let's say that you have a good niche, you have a good offer, but you don't know how to sell. You are not closing any of these leads. Let's say you run an agency and you're targeting IT companies in the US, you're offering them performance-based lead generation, and you have a VSL and all of these things. You're running cold email campaigns, you're getting leads, but then you can't close the leads. You won't really have accurate data on fulfillment and scaling because your process stops here. You need to focus on each one of these pieces in the correct order. So you might start your agency and then your closing rate is 5%. And you're like, fuck, I need to go buy sales coaching. So you hire a sales coach, you pay a sales coach $5,000 to teach you how to sell. You run that for a few months and your sales are still down. Maybe you are in a shit niche and no one wants to buy your shit. Or maybe you have a bad offer and no one wants to buy that offer. Or maybe you have a bad funnel that isn't lighting up your prospects. Maybe you don't have a good VSL selling on the funnel. Or maybe the leads that you're getting are low quality and that is causing your low closing rates. So that is why we need to analyze everything in this order. Before we focus on the offer, we need to make sure that our niche is dialed in. Before we focus on our funnel, we need to make sure that our offer is something that people want to buy. And before we start focusing on our sales process, we need to actually make sure that we are generating leads that are good quality. How you do this is once again through feedback loops. So you go and you pick a niche, you create an offer for the niche, you create a funnel, you do lead gen and you do sales. After you have had a few sales calls, you go back here and you analyze, okay, what went well? What worked? Was there a clear demand for my service in my niche? Did these people actually need this? Could I actually target these people? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't start looking at your sales process or figuring out the best cold email template. You need to test another niche. What was the problem with my current niche? I could only find 300 people that fit this criteria. My niche was too small. I'm gonna go into a bigger industry. You pick a bigger niche, you create an offer, you create the funnel, lead gen, sales, and then you will go through the loop again. Did this time the niche work better? Was there any issues? Was it okay? No, I was able to target the niche. There was clear demand, there was clear money. Then what is the next step? My offer. Did these people actually want to buy this thing? And then again, okay, they didn't want to buy because the price was too much, there was bad guarantees, there was nothing. Okay, let's change it. Let's run the next feedback loop. And when you operate based on these feedback loops and you use these feedback loops as the core of your business, you don't need to know everything in advance. You don't need to know what happens at 100k a month when you're sitting at 3k a month. That is the mistake that most people make. They start a business and they're making $2,000 a month, and they start thinking, if I scale to $100,000 a month, I'm gonna run into this issue. Bro, why are you worrying about 100k a month problems when you're making 2k a month? You should be worrying about 5,000 a month problems. So this way, when you're using these feedback loops as the base of your business and as the core of the business, and look through these feedback loops, you can always ensure that no matter what you do, even if you don't know how to exactly do it, things are always gonna look better. My role in our business right now is just experimenting with new shit and just figuring out things that we haven't figured out already. And then when it's figured out, we hire someone to handle it. My YouTube channel is a great example. We upload 3 videos a week. The reason why we upload 3 videos a week is because we can do more feedback loops. I can try out, okay, what if I say this? Or what if we do this? Or what if we use this editing style? Or what if we use this title? Or what if we talk about this topic? I talked about this topic and people seem to really like this. I'm gonna talk about this topic again. It works. Or we did a video that was this long, or I used a Google Docs. I'm always just optimizing these things and then seeing what is the result. Even if I don't know perfectly how to make the best YouTube video, I'm not Mr. Beast. I know that every single month when we do something, it's always going to be better in some aspect. Because I'm always seeing what works and what doesn't work. I'm eliminating what doesn't work and I'm doubling down on what works. That's also the reason why I always preach about picking a broad niche. Don't try to get a hyper-targeted specific criteria for your niche. Pick a huge industry. Go and target every single information technology company in the United States. And then based on that, run feedback loops, see what portions of the niche resonate with your stuff and what doesn't. Exclude the things that don't work and double down on things that work. So for example, you might go in the IT niche in the US and start sending emails, and you're running a B2B lead generation agency. And you're seeing that, okay, I'm getting replies, a 3% reply rate. Let's see what companies reply to my emails. 80% of the replies that I'm getting are coming from companies that have over 100 employees. So let's only target companies with over 100 employees. Let's stop targeting the companies with less than 100 employees at 0.2% booking rate. But every single time when we ask them for a call over email after they have showed interest, we're booking calls at 0.8% meeting book rate. Suddenly your campaigns are fucking profitable as shit and you're just printing money. And this goes for everything in life too. Let's say you're really into bodybuilding and hitting the gym, and for a week straight, and you just eat chicken and rice, and after a week you're like, fuck, this sucks. Negative result. How can we change it? Next week you add a sauce into it, or instead of chicken and rice you eat salmon and fried potatoes. And then after that week you're like, okay, fuck, this shit is really great, but it's a bit dry. Then the next week you add some kind of a sauce or something else. Now the shit is great and it also isn't dry. A few weeks of running feedback loops and you went from eating bland, dry chicken and rice that you hate to eating a really great meal that still has the same effect. And that is going to have a super positive effect in your life. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit a like, fucking see you next time.